Welcome to the Airline Economics Weekly News Roundup, where we bring you the latest updates from the dynamic world of commercial aviation. If you want to stay informed about all things aviation, don't forget to subscribe to our channel and sign up for our daily e-newsletter. So let's dive into this week's top stories. RTX, the parent company of the aero engine manufacturer Pratt and Whitney, has revealed the cost of friction issues with the GTF PW1100 engine used on the A320neo family of aircraft. Pratt and Whitney has developed a fleet management plan that involves inspecting the affected engines and the replacement of any defective parts. The plan will result in the removal of 600 to 700 GTF engines for quality checks between this year into 2026. RTX anticipates a pre-tax profit reduction of $3 billion to $3.5 billion over the coming years. But this situation has widespread ramifications for the aviation industry, especially operators with significant GTF-powered fleets. With accelerated engine removals and additional shop visits, the aviation industry faces a strain on maintenance, repair and overall capacity. Each work scope is expected to take between 250 and 300 days. MTU, an 18% shareholder in the GTF program, has voiced concerns about potential revenue reductions and liquidity impacts due to this inspection plan and says they are taking measures to limit the effects. Pratt & Whitney has also said that it was analysing the impact of the powder metal issue on other engine models within the commercial fleet. And despite the issues in the scale of the fix, the company said that it remains confident in the long-term viability of the GTF program. RTX Chairman and CEO Greg Hayes emphasised the company's commitment to safety and supporting their customers during this challenging period. The affected airlines are exploring various solutions to mitigate the impact of the inspection process. Lufthansa has indicated that it's considering extending the service life of its older A320 models and leasing in additional aircraft. Currently, within the Lufthansa Group, about 73 A320neo and A321neo aircraft are in operation, with approximately 64 equipped with the affected engines. Lufthansa expects only around 20 A320neo family aircraft to be unavailable daily in 2024. To combat this challenge, Lufthansa says it is actively exploring countermeasures, which include extending the service life of existing A320 family aircraft, engaging in wet lease arrangements, and procuring additional spare engines. Other airlines face significant challenges. Wizz Air, for example, is assessing the impact on its fleet and anticipates a potential 10% reduction in capacity for the first half of 2024. Wizz has stated that it's collaborating closely with Pratt & Whitney to minimise the disruption impact on its fleet and its overall costs. The airline is also actively seeking financial compensation from Pratt & Whitney. Delta Airlines CFO Dan Janke has expressed minimal concern about the impact of inspections on their airline's A320neos due to the airline's position in the delivery cycle, but he did raise concerns about the broader repercussions on the production cycle and new aircraft deliveries. He said that the issue could affect the production of new engines, adding complexity to an already fragile supply chain. In other news this week, SMBC Aviation Capital, a prominent player in the aviation leasing industry, has added 25 more Boeing 737-8s to its growing fleet. This move brings the company's total backlog of 737 MAX aircraft to 81. With the travel industry rebounding, leasing companies like SMBC Aviation Capital are on a mission to expand their portfolios, offering airlines more modern and fuel-efficient jets capable of traversing diverse route networks. Peter Barrett, Chief Executive of SMBC Aviation Capital, has expressed the company's commitment to providing airlines with the very latest technology and eco-friendly aircraft, and he stated that these 737-8s align with airline sustainability goals while also reducing operating costs. Vietnam Airlines has made a substantial commitment by signing an agreement to purchase 50 Boeing 737-8s. The deal was announced during a special ceremony attended by US President Joe Biden, Secretary of State Antony Blinken, White House officials and Vietnamese government leaders on September 11th. Vietnam Airlines said that the aircraft order commitments aligns with its fleet strategy to 2030 and its long-term vision extending out to 2035. The airline said that the addition of these new narrow-body aircraft would not only facilitate its overall development, but also enhance the quality of service on the domestic and Asian routes. It would also take a further step towards modernising the airline's fuel-efficient fleet. In other news, Annual Lease Finance Corporation, otherwise known as the LFC, has announced a significant change in leadership. After an illustrious career spanning 33 years, ALFC's Chief Executive and President Tom Barrett has announced his retirement. Tom has been with ELFC since its inception in 1990 and has played a pivotal role in the company's growth. During his tenure, Barrett oversaw several key milestones, including the acquisition of the Macquarie engine portfolio in 2011, ELFC's integration into Mitsubishi HC Capital in 2014, and full ownership of in-house engine parts company INAV in 2017. Stepping into Tom's shoes is ELFC's current Chief Operating Officer, Richard Hock, a seasoned veteran with a remarkable 33-year career in the industry. Richard began as an apprentice aircraft maintenance engineer in 1990 and joined ELFC in 1997. Over the years, he's demonstrated his experience managing a substantial engine portfolio worth over $3 billion. Darren Wormold, ELFC's Executive Vice President and General Counsel, will assume the role of Chief Operating Officer, bringing his extensive experience and legal expertise to the forefront. In turn, Bruce Rost, Senior Vice President of Legal, steps into Darren's shoes as General Counsel. This leadership transition marks a significant chapter in ELFC's history. We wish Tom Barrett a fulfilling retirement and extend our best wishes to the entire ELFC team. On the regulatory front, the European Parliament has given a green light to the Refuel EU Aviation Regulation, which is part of the EU's Fit for 55 package. This ambitious legislation aims to drive the adoption of sustainable fuels in the aviation industry to reduce greenhouse gas emissions. The Refuel EU aviation rules are aligned with the European Union's climate targets. They're designed to help reach a reduction of at least 55% in greenhouse gas emissions by 2030, compared to 1990 levels, with the ultimate goal of making the EU climate neutral by 2050. A key aspect of this regulation is the timeline for increasing the use of sustainable aviation fuel. Starting in 2025, EU airports and fuel suppliers will be required to ensure that at least 2% of aviation fuels are green. This percentage will steadily rise over the years, 6% in 2030, 20% in 2035, 34% in 2040, 42% in 2045, and up to 70% in 2050. The legislation defines sustainable aviation fuels to encompass synthetic fuels, specific biofuels made from various sources, as well as recycled jet fuels derived from waste gases and plastics. Renewable hydrogen has also found a place in the sustainable fuel mix. So that wraps up this week's Airline Economics News. We'll carry on keeping you updated, so please hit that subscribe button and sign up for our e-newsletter to stay informed. Thanks for joining us, and until next time, safe travels.